Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're going to go over Dorch Engineering's Stage 2 high pressure fuel pump and their brand new lift kit for the N55 engine. I joined up with Dorch Engineering and they hooked me up with theirs, which I already had their Stage 2 fuel pump on my previous setup, but with knowing that I was going to be pushing more power with the 750, they sent me over the new lift kit. I wanted to give you guys a quick tutorial on how I got it installed, what it looks like, what it comes with, the features and benefits of it, and then kind of just go from there and show you guys what we're doing with it. So as many of you may or may not know, the Dorch Engineering lift kit is something that is a mixture. It kind of acts as two different things. One, it acts as a vacuum pump. It's actually technically called a vacuum pump for the N55. It has a line that runs from the lower portion of that high pressure fuel pump that goes to your brake system to help increase brake under heavy braking, because we don't have brake boosters on this car. So we have that vacuum pump that actually creates the vacuum for us. Obviously with forced induction motors, when you have a turbocharger, you have less vacuum in the actual manifold system during high performance. So we needed to supply vacuum from another source, and that is our other source. But that vacuum system has a cam that runs through it, and this cam lobe is what makes your fuel pump operate, your high pressure fuel pump. So what Dorch Engineering did was that they made their own cam lobe that was larger in order to create more fuel for our BMWs. So here it is. This is the new Dorch Engineering Stage 2 fuel pump with their N55 lift kit. Now here on the lower portion you can see this is the Bosch vacuum pump, and then up top you have the Stage 2 fuel pump. I already had their Stage 2 high pressure fuel pump, but they had a new revision since I previously bought the high pressure fuel pump. So we sent in the high pressure fuel pump with this lower portion vacuum pump. And what Dorch Engineering does is that they install a larger cam lobe and camshaft into this vacuum pump. And then they did a revision on my high pressure fuel pump. And this is what it looks like. So we're obviously on E85, and in moving to the Pure 750, I wanted to make sure I had plenty of headroom and didn't have any fuel restrictions. So I felt this was the best option to go, especially moving over to the M5 injectors. But just to get this sent in, it's super easy. All you have to do is uninstall this. You remove these two top bolts right here, and just make sure you uninstall them very evenly. You remove the 3 Torx bolts behind this sprocket right here, and then you move that main bolt out of the sprocket. But you just got to make sure you take some tension off the chain. There's a chain tensioner there, and then this vacuum system just backs right on out. You package it up, send it over to Dorch. When Dorch Engineering receives the fuel pump, they'll install their larger cam that goes right here through the system, because this is a mechanical fuel pump. And then they'll send it back to you. The key to installing this when you're putting on these 2 bolts is making sure you torque or start tightening these down very evenly. You got to go back and forth with a quarter turn, or even a half turn, so it slides down nice and evenly, because you can gouge out the sides. So that is the main point of installing this system, is making sure you do that correctly. So I believe with the new Stage 2 high pressure fuel pump, they provide a hard line that goes here. That way, when you go to install the Stage 2 fuel pump, because of this spacer, you'll have the correct alignment with the hard line to your fuel rail. So the kit comes with that, and it also comes with the low pressure side that you can see here with the black fitting. So a few things I wanted to touch on as well is why I went with the Stage 2 high pressure fuel pump and the lift kit from Dorch Engineering. One is the stock location. This is all in the stock location. This is the stock housing, and then you add the Stage 2 high pressure fuel pump. This is a huge benefit to us N55 guys now, because gone are the days we have to rely on port injection for more fueling. With port injection requires an aftermarket manifold, which I know some people tap their stock manifold. I don't recommend it, but that's just me. As well as an aftermarket controller on top of your boot mod or MHD like JB4. You need a JB4 to run the port injection, and also injectors. So it's very, very costly and requires a lot more than just replacing things that go in the stock location. So these are some of the reasons why I decided to go with the Dorch Engineering Stage 2 high pressure fuel pump and their lift kit. After speaking with the team over at Dorch Engineering, I definitely recommend you contacting their customer service or sales team before purchasing your N55 lift kit. You want to make sure that you're getting the right kit for the horsepower and fuel that you're using on your car. For me, I thought, because I'm shooting for 700 wheel horsepower on E85, that I would want to get the biggest one they have to offer, which is the 45%. That wasn't the case. They emphasized that the 39% would be plenty of fueling for my car. And the main reason why was tunability for the tuner, because you never want to use something that's out of the range that you're trying to operate in. You don't want something that's totally in the mud or totally way out of your range on the top end. So this is mostly for the tunability aspect for your tuner, so that they can create smooth, high pressure fuel system for you throughout your tune and throughout your RPM range. So definitely contact their customer service team before making your purchase and just let them know, hey, this is what I got done to my car. These are my goals. And then they'll set you up with the correct lift kit for your car. Well, that's about it for this episode, but I hope you guys stay tuned in the coming weeks. We got a lot going on with the car. I figured out what my boost issue was. I had a restriction at the collector at the downpipe, and that was not allowing my boost to build and keeping my wastegate duty cycle really, really high. So I got that fixed. I fixed the downpipe. I'm working on building a 3.5-inch exhaust all the way to the diff, and then a dual 3-inch out after that. Yeah, I've already done some logs for Kerry, and he says it looks a lot better. Our wastegate duty cycle is back into the 80 percentile. So that's looking really, really good at 22 pounds of boost for this 750. I've got some data from some other people that have the pure 750, and I've seen in their logs they've gotten over 30 PSI, so we're really hopeful. I've seen even some dyno numbers already, and I think with my setup and the fueling that I have, we can easily reach 700 wheel horsepower, so that's super exciting. And soon, very soon, I'm going to be launching the in-house performance website. I'll have all of our products that are available on there for sale, including some of these shirts. We're gonna have new shirts as well as some engine dressing stuff. I'm getting stuff 3D printed as we speak right now for mock-up, and then CNC is going to town on making all these products for us. So stay tuned, you guys. We got some awesome things going, and I really appreciate all of you. Have a happy 4th of July, and I'll talk to you guys soon.